Let's see. Is this mic working now? I believe.
It's been so long. I feel like it's been a year since I've streamed. Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, where you may be. My name is Ruel Gaviola. This is Tabletop Tonight, the AM edition. Slivers has cheered 100 bits. Thank you, Slivers. Folks, if you ever cheer bits on this channel, we get our friend Benny the Bit Bear. Thank you, Slivers, for cheering. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Benny the Bit Bear. You spend bits, I come out of hibernation. Bye bye. Friends, it's been 10 days. I've been on the road for 10 days and just got back. MX Magpie, thank you for the follow. Friends, when you follow the channel here, we do analog alerts. If this is your first time here, any new followers, we shout out with Felicia the Followfish. Felicia swims around, says hello, welcomes new followers, and then she swims away. And all of us, including y'all in chat, we say, bye, Felicia. Thanks for the follow, MX Magpie. Good to see y'all here. Friends, it has been I feel like it's been months, years since I've been back here at the home studio, the home office here in California. It is good to be here. Good to see y'all. I did one stream. Actually, I did a few streams. So I did one stream from St. Louis while I was at Stonemaier Design Day the night after. I hung out and just did a real chill, mellow chat because my Airbnb, I shared a wall with the owner of the home, and there was quiet time at like 10 p.m. until 6 a.m. or whatever. So when I live streamed out there, it was, I think, 10 p.m. their time. So I had to keep my voice really low. But here I'm back at home. I can be as loud as I want. Well, not that loud, but y'all know how it goes. Thank you again for hanging out with me. It's good to see y'all here. Thank you, Amanda Panda. Thank you, MX Magpie, Slivers, James Brazil, Dead Last again. Good morning, AJ Gamer. Good to see y'all here. It's so nice to see everyone here. Slivers again. Thank you for the bits. I feel like I'm relearning things here. So as you can see, I'm still in the Gen Con mode here. I've got my badge and got a couple of pins. I want to thank everyone for hooking me up with stuff. I wanted to stream today because, well, one, I just miss doing it, and two, just wanted to check in with y'all, see how you're doing, and talk a little bit about what's been going on for the last 10 days. And I didn't even update my little thing here. So Ruel is back, or back from the road. Ruel is back from the road. Chatting about. I'm just updating the Twitch description here. Chatting about board games. Stonemaier Design Day, Gen Con, and more. Okay, so that's been updated. I just popped in to say hi and how happy was it. Yes, thank you, MX Magpie. It was wonderful meeting you. Thank you so much again. Yeah, go have a great breakfast. Speaking of food, folks, you know that whenever we start here, we talk about our stream snacks. So let me know what you're eating and or drinking. I don't even know where my stream snacks. There it is. I'm still getting used to being back home. There's the stream snacks. Let us know what you're eating and or drinking. I've got a smoothie, which I think I left in the other room, so I'm gonna have to, or I'll run out and get it when I'm thirsty. But yes, let us know what you're eating and or drinking. I had the wonderful opportunity to work for Gen Con TV during Gen Con. It was a wonderful experience. Had a lot of fun live streaming. I live streamed 3 games. I did The Loop. I played that with Paula Deming and Casey, aka Braden Najar. And then I played Return to Dark Tower, which was such a thrill because that was like when I was a little kid, that was the game that I saw. That was like on my bucket list, right? Because even at the time, it was like super expensive, and my family couldn't afford it. So I always want to play that game, but I never had a chance. This time, thanks to Justin Jacobson over at Restoration and also Noir, I got to play with them, and so cool. Such a cool. It's just, I mean, it's a toy slash a game. Oh, it's so good. The technology is amazing, so I want to thank them for that. And then on this past Sunday, I got to play Luna Capital from Devere Games with Bonds Nader, the newest member of TLN, Tabletop Live Network, and also my good buddy Shay Parker from the Arado Runs Through channel. So that was a lot of fun. So the Loop on Saturday. Okay, so I played the Loop, I played Return of Dark Tower, and I played Luna Capital. Those 3 I live streamed Saturday and Sunday through Gen Con TV. All of them I would recommend. They're really good games. I was a bit nervous, to tell you the truth, because the way I had it set up. So I definitely knew I was doing Return of the Dark Tower. That was scheduled, and That was all set in stone. But for my two shows, the Saturday and Sunday morning stream, I really wanted to pick two games that were sort of like the hotness, right, at Gen Con. So what that meant was me going around the publishers during this con, and then talking to designers, talking to publishers, and then finding two games that I wanted to play that would play within the allotted time. There were 2 hour time slots, and also that would I felt would fit the players that I was playing with. So it took me a little while, but thankfully I picked two. I was just really fortunate to pick two great games in the Loop and Luna Capital. Now, Luna, there was it was literally a live learn and play. I mean, I'd gone through the rules a couple of times before we went live for each one, but in the case of Luna Capital, it was a little rough because there's a lot more iconology in that game, and any mistakes that were made definitely put on me, but we still had a great time, and both of those are excellent games. Looking forward to playing more of them. Let's check back in the chat here. Dutch Yoda's in the house. Hi, Dutch. Good to see y'all here. How would you compare Loop and Escape the Dark Tower, which has better play and or gimmick? Dark Tower, James, definitely more of a gimmick because it's got the tower and it's got the cool, little electronic device thing. But it's still like a really neat game of, you've got a little bit of hand management and you do have some push your luck because how far are you going to go out, and you're doing the movement around the dark tower to pick up resources. Basically you're trying to level up your characters because you have like mini quests throughout the game where you try to collect some stuff or beat up some like lesser bad guys, but then you have like the main baddie who's like the ultimate. Your one goal is to finish that baddie off, and it's a cooperative game, or at least we played the cooperative game. I believe there's a competitive as well, but I really like the cooperative. Myself and Noir, we were cracking up. We had such a good time. He's they're such a fun person to hang out with, and I played games with them before online, but to meet Noir in real life, a real treat. It was a great time. So we were helping each other out. So Noir's character was more of like the magic and like magic character and collecting items and stuff, and mine was just straight barbarian. I was there to smash and stuff. So I leveled up my some weapons, and my character got some relics and stuff, and then Noir would be doing like collecting all the different items, potions and stuff like that. And with us working together, we had to meet somewhere on the board and then finally get out to the baddie and defeat him. So that one was fun. Now the Loop. So Dark Tower is going to be. I wouldn't call it a super light game, but it's definitely lighter than something like the Loop. The Loop is a cooperative game, and what I found so interesting, and this is what Rado was, and Rado actually sold me on this game. He was so fired up about it, and when I finally got to play, I was like, okay, I see exactly what he's talking about. The Loop has this really interesting mechanism where, you know, it's also a cooperative game. It's got a little bit of deck building to it, so you're managing your cards and you're going around on this board trying to capture, or I mean defeat Dr. Foe, right? Faux, Dr. Foe, because Dr. Foe is jumping around the timeline, going back and forth in time, and you're trying to stop Dr. Foe by defeating his clones, but also completing missions in order to blow up his time machine or whatever. And the thing that's interesting is that you're playing cards and you're using resources to play them, right, as normal. But then there's a certain mechanism where you can loop, and basically, so you're playing your cards, you're exhausting them, right? And as you exhaust them, you can't use them until the next turn. But with the loop, you can go back and like unexhaust certain cards by spending resources that are on the board. Oh, it's a really neat way, and I talked about this, I think, with Paula afterwards, Paula and Casey. We talked about we like that mechanism because we felt like it got rid of, or at least really downplayed the whole, like, if there's an alpha player, like a lot of cooperative games, Pandemic is the one that I think of. There can sometimes be a alpha player that really, okay, you got to do this, this, and this. In the loop, because everyone has their own set of cards and stuff, and the way that you can loop, redo actions, and then move around the board and stuff, it felt like it eliminated a lot of that problem because we all had our things to do. It felt like we all had actions, and we all had a way to help win the game without it becoming like, oh, you need to do this, or Ruel, you should go here, meet me there. I mean, you still do that planning and stuff, but it never felt like it was overbearing, which I really liked. And that one, the loop and Luna Capital are the ones I really want to play with Michelle. We haven't been able to play games yet because I'm still recovering. When I say recovering, it's mainly just getting back on track with a time change and just getting rested again, because my sleep when I was out on the road was okay, but I never sleep as well as I do when I'm in my own bed. Let's see, I stayed in St. Louis, Airbnb for a few days. I drove out to Illinois. After a few days in St. Louis, I drove up to Illinois to visit Derek and Lizzie Funkhauser. They run Board Game Spotlight on Facebook, and we're friends. It was really nice to meet them in person. Wonderful family. We played a few games as well, which was neat. And from there, I went to another part of Illinois called Arthur, Illinois. Look that up. Like the name Arthur, if you never, it's a trip. I had no idea what I was getting myself into, but apparently Arthur is the home of the largest and oldest Amish population in Illinois. So that was a trip. I went to this town to my Airbnb. I mean, it's just a suburban neighborhood or whatever, but it was definitely like farm country. A lot like totally different than from where I live in California. And there was plenty of Amish. Doing taking care of business, doing their thing on the horse and buggies and everything, riding bikes. It was really cool. I'd never seen that. Was something new to me, so that was really neat to see. And then one night in Arthur, Illinois, then I drove out to Indy the next day, and I went to the courtyard at Marriott there for the con. And so I haven't been in my bed for the last couple for almost 2 weeks. And when I got home here, I took care of some business and just I crashed hard. Then I woke up the next day and just, like at 4 o'clock in the morning, which was 7 a.m. out there. So it's been a rough transition, but it always is, and it's all good. Let's see. Nice. Alone Shark is here. Hi, Alone Shark. I just bought this Star Trek version of Fantasy. Really? That sounds cool. I would totally play that. James says, I did not like Fantasy Realms, though. I did not play Red Rising, but with the Trek theme, it is a must get. Yeah, I liked Red Rising a lot. I did not play Fantasy Realms. Something like a Star Trek theme would definitely get me interested in that. But I did I really enjoyed Red Rising. And speaking of Red Rising, I wanted to show that. Where is that thing? Is it over here? It's on my table here. Oh, here. I went out to St. Louis, and I thought it was appropriate that because I was going to meet Jamie Stegmaier for the first time, that I start reading this. And I started reading this on the plane out to St. Louis. Got it. I think I only got in like 50 pages. Oh shoot! I lost my bookmark. Oh, my bookmark fell out. Oh no, that wasn't the bookmark. Okay, I know I was in like about 50 pages in. First couple of chapters. Really, I was enjoying it, but I was thinking I would read this after every night when I was out there just to wind down, but I didn't. I just pretty much at the end of every day, I would video call Michelle, say hello, catch up, and then I would just crash hard. But so I am not getting back. I will get back to this though. I'm enjoying it, and let me know if y'all are reading any books these days. And hey, there are a lot of Kickstarter projects out there that launched. I think it was yesterday. We had Beth Sobel's deck of cards, which I took a look at recently. I'll probably play a little solitaire in a bit with these cards. I love these deck of cards. You can check out Beth's Kickstarter. I will look up the link right now. But I know that she crushed it on the first day, or it's already been funded. Let's see. Yep, the goal was 9,200. She's got 28,000 already, and yeah, congrats to Beth. There's the Kickstarter link right there. 900. Oh my gosh, is that many? Yep, 909. Wow. You can check out the link there, folks. Please, if you can, support Beth. Just a wonderful person and just an amazing artist. One of my favorite artists of board gaming, and I've gotten the pleasure of meeting her one time at Dice Tower West a couple of years ago. Just lovely person. There's a couple other ones. Artisans of Splendid Vale also launched yesterday, and God, there was a third one. Y'all know which one? Let me see. Going back on social media here. I know there was one. I thought I backed it actually. What did I back? I backed wow, I can't find it. Nope, that's not it. And okay, that's that one. Critical Care, folks. Critical Care from Omari Akil, and also he could co-designed it with an actual doctor. Lak, I'm gonna butcher this name, and I apologize. Lakshman Swami is the co-designer, but Michelle and I saw Omari working on this like early stages last year. He used to live stream his design process, and there's a link right there if you'd like to check out Critical Care. But Michelle saw the theme, and anything that's like medical or health related, Michelle loves. And this one, you're basically in an ICU taking care of patients, and it's based on actual, like medical terms. And it's, I mean, the doctor, Dr. Swami was the slash co-designer slash consultant on this. So with the Omari and him and them doing this, I think it's gonna be a hit. They were looking for 16,000. They've already got 28,000. Yeah, double funded basically. They've got over 500 backers as well. You use medical procedures to treat patients and save lives in a 1 to 4 player cooperative game designed by real doctors. I know there's some doctors that actually, I think there's like an artist that's also a doctor that worked on the either graphic design or art. So I think it's really cool. So those were the three: Artisans of Splendid Vale, which is funded many times over with Renegade Game Studios. We have Critical Care, which you can check out the link there, and also Beth's River and Stone playing card set, which you can check out as well. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna put the music on. Give me like a minute or two. I need to go get something to drink. I'm gonna get my smoothie, probably some water as well. So hang tight, folks. Thank you again for hanging out. I'll be right back. Where's my be right back thing? It's right here somewhere. Give me like a minute or two to get water and or you know what? Why don't you get hydrated as well, friends? Get yourself something to drink and or eat, and I'll see you in a minute. All right, bye. Okay, I'm back. So I've got my smoothie from my local tropical smoothie cafe. I'm doing the detox. What's it called? The Detox Island Green, which I always feel like is a good thing to have after. I mean, straight up, I haven't been eating that well over the last almost 2 weeks, but that's life on the road, right? Speaking of, when I went to see the Funkhausers in Illinois, I want to thank Lizzie for making such a wonderful home cooked meal. It was um, made some pulled pork in the crock pot, and after a few days of just eating different restaurants. Now I love eating out. I love being a foodie and checking out different restaurants, but at the same time it's always been more of a treat, right? Than I couldn't eat every day out. I mean, with all the salt and Just everything's, that's why it tastes so good, right? There's a bunch of salt in everything, and that's not good for myself. And when I went to the Funkhauser's, we had it was a nice break right there where I got to eat, a home cooked meal. We had that. We had, a pasta salad that Lizzie had made. Just wonderful. So thanks again to the Funkhauser's for that. Um, why don't we talk about some games, friends? If let me know too if what you were up to. I know not everyone went to. There's Gen Con's smaller this year. It's about half the size, which I appreciated. What was great was the fact that Gen Con, even though it was half the size, it still felt like, a big con, right? Because it's the Indiana Convention Center. Now, there was I know that some people, there was a little pushback at first because the crowds and everything else. And of course, you got 30,000 people rather than 60,000. That's still a ton of people. But from what I saw, 99.9% of the time, people had their masks on. Even outdoors, which surprised me. I just thought for sure that the second people walked outside the doors, masks would come off. They, for the most part, they kept it on. Now, of course, when you ate or drank water or drank your soda or drink or whatever, you would take the mask off, and that's when I saw masks were off. And but for the most part, they were on. I thought it was wonderful to see. It was great, and I can't, I can't thank Gen Con and the staff enough for really doing the right thing. From what there was second, I mean, I heard stories of people saying, hey, there was someone that had a mask off, and immediately a staff member would say, hey, you got to keep the mask on. I thought that was really cool. Personally, I love the fact that they were enforcing that. Vaccination rates, I don't know what the vaccination rates are, but I'd like to think that a good majority of us, House Pfizer, were vaccinated. When I flew back home on Monday, I immediately took a rapid test for COVID. I was negative. I got the results within an hour, so that was really nice to see. I will be taking another one, maybe tomorrow or maybe next week as well. But I don't mind taking these tests. I've taken several whenever I go on set or go to work on set or whatever. If I'm traveling, I immediately take a test before and after traveling. I have no problem with that. I mean, come on, folks. The test is simple. It's take the tests, and if any, get the vaccine. If you're not vaccinated, please. I mean, I can't. I feel like I was preaching to the choir here. I'm sure most of us, if not all of us, have the vaccine. But if you haven't, it's been FDA approved. It's safe. I have family members and friends who work in the healthcare industry. They are all vaccinated. I know there's some people that don't believe in it. Whatever. It's science, folks. Just get the vaccine. Let's get through this. Let me see. Is it my iPad or is your sound low? Oh, AB Troop, thanks. I don't know. Maybe I might have. I can crank up my volume a little bit here. But folks, let me know if the audio is okay for the rest of you. I could be talking a little low too. I'm just maybe my voice is low right now. James, they did not say what the official numbers are yet, as far as Gen Con's concerned. I did go to an after party at the end of the convention. They had a party in downtown, and the president of Gen Con was there, David Hope, and he had said the official numbers won't be known for a little bit. I don't know if they've announced it, but Sunday night he said the numbers were about 30,000, which is around half of a normal Gen Con, so around or a little over 30,000 from what I understand. Hey, Slackfish Styles, hi Slackfish. Also, hey Rothgard 2112, thank you. 2112, is that a reference to the Rush album? A gardener is writing a it'd be true. The gardener is writing a leaf blower next door. Yeah, that could be it too. Dead last again. I saw that it was 90% ish based on survey. Okay, vaccination rate, nice. That's good to hear. That really is. Team science, yes. I am a little bit quiet today. Okay, I will crank up the volume just a little bit here. The input here. Hi, everyone looking for it. Yeah, so I'm just recapping what I did for the last 10 days. I went to St. Louis. I did do a stream from St. Louis, so if you want to know more about Stonemaier Design Day, you can check that out. It's still on Twitch VOD. I don't know if I put it on YouTube yet, but I'll do that after this. Stonemaier Design Day, it was awesome. Jamie Stegmaier reached out to me months ago and wanted to bring me out there, which he did. I want to thank him. Joe and Alex over there at Stonemaier. They were great hosts, and the event was super cool. About 75 of us playing games, and it was focused on new games, prototypes, and games that were being play tested. And I mean, not just a straight play test. I mean, there were the iterations that we worked on. They're getting close to being finished. There were a couple. There's one that I played that would probably could use a little more work, but I felt like three of them, actually two. I played I think four or five that day. One of them was basically ready for production, and actually they said it was. They were going to Kickstarter soon. Two of them I felt were like really close, maybe iron out some like minor things, and then I think the final two, one of them which I really liked, it was a two-player word game. So me and word games, I love them. That one was like a two-player heads battle using a car. It was a word game though. That one I really liked, but I can. It felt like it was still a few steps away from being published. But I loved it for what it was. And then there's one that was a really interesting abstract style game with this really neat mechanism, but there was things that made it go on a little too long for my taste. We did play a five-player game. The designer said he'd only done four up to that point. Five, I probably wouldn't recommend that, but I feel like you could streamline a little bit more of that game to get it down to under, like an hour or so. But really good games. Thank you, Amanda, for dropping TLN. Yes, James, and to be true, we do have a TLN event, which is sort of blew me away. I didn't realize how close it was. It is this Saturday and Sunday. A bunch of us are going to be streaming 24 hours straight here on Twitch. Really going to be fun. I'm excited because I'm going to be playing Artisans of Splendid Vale. Michelle and I are going to play a two-player game. This one is now on Kickstarter for another like 2 weeks, I think. But Nikki Valens, big fan of theirs. They do They did one of our favorite games of last year, or one of the favorite games we played last year during the pandemic, but it released I think the year before. Quirky Circuits, programming cooperative game. It's just fun little robots going around. It's like BattleBots, I guess, but you have like little missions you do. I actually want to solo that again. Just I was talking about that game recently. Oh, something brought it. I don't know. Maybe it's because of Nikki Valens, because they're working on Artisans. I was like, oh, I want to play that game again by Nikki. But yeah, wow. I feel like I'm still getting the swing of things here. I did do a live stream yesterday with Rado, so that was my first live stream since I got back home. But that one's more like just hanging out with Rado is just it's a lot of fun. He makes it easy, right? Because he's an encyclopedia of board game knowledge, and he loves sharing that knowledge with all of us. And I just sort of like sit back. It's like, okay, do your thing. And I like to learn as much as all y'all do as well. But what have y'all been playing? If I know there was Gen Cant this past weekend. If I saw Amanda and quite a few other people streaming for Gen Con Online with Haba and a bunch of different companies. So I hope that went well. I popped in just a very few streams throughout the week, but again, I was just so tired the entire time. And like I was telling Michelle, um, before Gen Con even hit, and this was, I knew this was a possibility, but going from St. Louis, Stonemaier Design Day, getting on the road to Illinois, then to Indy, by day one of Gen Con, I was already tired. I was like, oh my gosh. Like day one, I packed a bunch of meetings that morning, afternoon, hit them all up. And I also, I had some free time between meetings where I would just randomly cold call like certain publishers that, I want to meet. And even with 4 days out there, this is crazy. It is what it is. I knew this was going to happen, but I wasn't able to meet everyone I wanted to meet. Like there was certain, publishing companies I really wanted to connect with, other people I was hoping to run into, and I didn't. But even though I did all the loops around the convention hall and all the different gaming areas and so forth, you can only do so much, And I think for next time, so I do plan on going again. Just from a business standpoint, it was fantastic. It was just nice to put faces to emails and stuff, the people I've worked with for the last couple of years online who I haven't actually met. So people like Danny Lowe from Pandasaurus, so just a wonderful person. Jillian from Capstone Games, who's no longer with Capstone Games. This is their final event, but they're moving on. And my one meeting them, other people as well. I can't name. I don't want to name drop, but I will drop one name, one final name. I had my one fanboy moment. Um, it was Saturday night. Yeah, Saturday night. I got to meet Eric Lang, designer of Blood Rage, Chaos of the Old World, Ankh, all the Rising Sun, all those great games. I'm Blood Rage was the like complex game that really brought me into the hobby. I'd played Pandemic, I'd played Ticket to Ride, I'd played a bunch of other things as well, but Blood Rage was the one that was so, it just captured my imagination. I was like, oh, what a great epic game, and we played in like 90 minutes, and it felt like so cool at the time. It's still one of my favorite games. I still love it. So being able to, I didn't know Eric was at Gen Con, but I saw him Saturday night, hanging out with some other people, and I just, I moseyed on over there. I was like, "Excuse me, Eric, just want to introduce myself." Blah blah blah. So that was my one fanboy moment. And on top of that, it got even better. The next night at the after party that I went to, Eric was there as well, and he was like, "Hey, nice to see you again." And as if I didn't have my fanboy moment early the Saturday night, I had even a better one Sunday where Eric and we had a nice little conversation. I made him laugh, which when you can make someone laugh, it's always a good thing. I forgot what it might have been. I might have made a non-family friendly joke. Let's just say that. But we had a good time. So that was my one fanboy moment. James says Ruel's a traveling beast. I got tired of travel after 3 or 4 days of vacation. Too much just got yeah. And that, you know what, that's interesting, James. Yeah. So I think deep down in my heart, I'm an introvert, but I do the extrovert thing. I think I do it pretty well, especially with streaming and stuff. But I felt that pretty much every day after the at Gen Con, even the Stonemaier Design Day. I need that time to recharge, and it was just alone time back in the room. I really appreciate it. And like, I'm a big fan of naps, so I would take my daily nap when I could sneak one in. I didn't take them every day, but I did try to get a nap in. Usually when the con would close, it closed at 6, but I'd try to get out of there by like 4:30 or 5, go back to my room, sleep for an hour if I could, and then go out and get something to eat and then do some other stuff. Hey, Booker Nerds is in the house, and they are lurking. Thanks, John. And Gator Dave's in the house. Hi, Gator Dave. Bottom shelf. Hello, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm international superstar. International superstar. No, it was fun though. It was a lot of fun. Gosh, there's so many highlights. I'm just I don't want to share all the pictures. Normally I would share pictures and stuff, but I want to be respectful. Like I took pictures with people, but I always want to make sure they're okay with sharing them. I assume they would be, but I don't want to assume anything. So I'm gonna just talk about some of the highlights of Gen Con. I mean, honestly, for my first time being there, physically there, the entire thing was amazing. Day one was my favorite day because I was able to I did a lot of meetings, and I was able to meet a lot of people that I've been dying to meet. So it was really nice to put faces to emails and stuff. Book of Nerds, I feel like that too. I like being around people, but I need to be myself for a while after that. Yeah, it's that whole recharging thing. I know my wife Michelle, she's more of an introvert than I am. But for me, I definitely need that time where it's like, quiet time. So I was really appreciated that time in the room where I could just chill. I'm trying to think. So when I got into Gen Con at Indy that day, I got in early. I drove in early. So I drove in early because I had to return the rental car in time, which I did. A funny thing, I almost blew it too because St. Louis time is central. I drove out to Illinois, which was central. By the time I got to Indy, it was Eastern. So I was supposed to get my car in by 10 a.m. Eastern. So I'm thinking, oh yeah, that's plenty of time. But then I forgot that I'm losing an hour going there. So I had to, and on my clock, it was 9 a.m., but it was 10 a.m. there. So I got the car in time. I got like 9:30 Indy time, but that meant my body was still 8:30 Illinois time, which was actually 6:30 my real time, right? So my Pacific time. So I get all messed up with time zones. Um, But I got there early, just hung out. I did have a vendor badge. Hey, this is my I'm showing off my exhibitor badge. Ivy Games, thanks to Austin, Sam, Zach, the entire team there for bringing me out to Gen Con. I was able to get out there because of their generosity. They hooked me up with their exhibitor badge, so that meant I could get in early. I didn't go Wednesday night because that's when all the setup was, and I just figured they don't need more people running around there because everyone's setting up. But I went Thursday morning when it opened. Um, Vendors were allowed there at 9 o'clock. Then the general public came in at 10. So yeah, I was thinking, oh, am I going to see that big rush of people? It wasn't a big rush. They had a lot of people, of course, but it wasn't like previous year where it's just like wall of people. Which that I'm not a fan of that at all. Um, Pandemic, pre-pandemic, post-pandemic, whatever. Wall of people, not my jam. Um, yeah, the time zones were definitely the toughest thing for me to adjust to, and I'm still adjusting. It always takes me a few days, and especially as I get older. Like I notice Michelle and I, when we went to the last trip to the Philippines together, was 2017. Wow, that's been 4 years already. But then I went back in 2019 or 2018 to the Philippines for my parents' anniversary. They were crossing over. I think it was like from Philippines back to the U.S. or vice versa. You're crossing like 8 time zones, and that just wrecks me, like totally. Like it's the Philippines from here is 15 hours ahead. So yeah, you're going back and forth. So oh man, anytime I travel international, and same with Japan. Japan's like I think 6 time zones or 7 time zones. It's really tough to get the body acclimated. But anyways, day one of Gen Con was wonderful. I met a bunch of people I wanted to meet. First person I met was Rolling with Rock, AJ. He's a fellow TLN member. We met at the press area. He got a press badge and he was hanging out there, so got to meet him, got to chat a little bit, which was really nice. Again, just meeting people, was really cool. Um, in real life. And then I went inside an hour early, just said hi to the IV team, IV Games team, and then saw everyone come in. Let me check comments here. Did Michelle party where you were away? She worked. She worked and took care of Bruno, Gator Dave. VIP pass, yes. Crazy time. How many autographs? I did not sign any autographs. Bottom shelf. Hey, Kestrel. Hey, we were just talking about meeting people in real life. I got to meet Kestrel in real life, and that was a real treat. Um, Kestrel's just as awesome as they are online as they are in person. I can testify to that. So thank you for stopping by, Kestrel. Yeah, I'm just recapping Gen Con and a bunch of other stuff. Coming back from the road. Kestrel should have asked. I should have asked for your autograph, my friend. You do so much good for the community here online and elsewhere. So thank you for hanging out. Did we play? I don't remember. No, you know what? I don't think we got to play Pictomania together. Did we? I think. Wait, did we play Pictomania together, Kestrel? That was a fun game. I've never played Pictomania. I have Pictomania on my shelf of shame here, shelf for opportunity. But I got to play it finally thanks to Shay Parker, who taught it. Yes, we played that. Yeah, we did play Pictomania. Kestrel's a great artist. I'm going to tell you that right now because I suck at that game. But it was so much fun. It's got this real time element. You're drawing and trying to guess at the same time. So much fun. Yeah, lapdog. I drew a lapdog. It looked like nothing like a lapdog. And Kestrel, were you the only one that got it right? I know there's one person that got the lapdog right. I mean, it was terrible. It was like the worst drawing ever. Gator Dave, not even the cashier wants my autograph. Funny story. I don't want to name drop, but I'm gonna name drop. I got to have dinner with Daryl Andrews, designer of Sagrada and all kinds of great games. He invited me out to dinner with some other folks in the industry, and we were joking around like we want Daryl. Like Daryl was actually at the table. He autographed someone's game, and I said, Daryl, can I have your autograph too? And I showed him my bill. He's like, I won't sign that. Yeah, name drop. Sorry, folks. Oh, Churchill did not get the lapdog. Yeah, someone. I know at least one person got it. It might have been a Bonsonator. Gator Dave. No, not St. Elmo's. It was the Fogo de Chao, the Brazilian steakhouse, the one where they bring out the skewers of meat, and oh, so good. First time I've ever been there. I've been to a Brazilian steakhouse before where that style of skewered meat is served, but first time I've been there, really good. I'm a little bit pricey. It ain't cheap, but it was worth it. It was, for me, it was like the big Saturday night meal. So again, thanks to Daryl for inviting me. That was like a really nice way to celebrate just hanging out together on a Saturday night. Having meat sweats, just yeah, definite meat sweats. Um, I got to be careful with my meat consumption, but I did enjoy, the different cuts of steak, chicken, and lamb. The lamb was really good, really really good. I was we all sort of agreed. We were surprised that the filet mignon wasn't as good as we thought it would be. For me, it just I don't know how it was. It wasn't overdone. I mean, we asked everything to be medium rare. That one it didn't, for whatever reason, it just didn't live up to what other filet mignons have been. Um, but that was a wonderful time. I had a great dinner with Daryl and all them. Um, just looking at photos here again. I'm not sharing photos. I want to get I don't want to share without permission from people in them. I got to meet Nolan and Jacob and Elle from Deepwater Games. They were the first like booth I stopped at. Besides Ivy Games, I love Deepwater Games, and or Oxide Media is the bigger company is known. They're so cool. They get it, as far as just what they're doing and what they bring the board game community. I just really appreciate them. We had a really nice chat. And Nolan, I've been a fan of his for years. So again, one of those things, getting to meet the people that I've been a fan of and worked with over the years. We partnered for a couple of live streams in the past, so it was nice to just say thank you to Nolan. Um, First game, let me see. I got some games of the Pandasaurus games. Talking to Danny, and she, again, thanks Danny for the games. She hooked me up with the loop and a bunch of other stuff. But she gave me previews of two games that I think are going to be excellent. I wasn't sure about this. There was a game called That Time You Killed Me, and I was like, I don't know about it. It looks sort of. I wasn't sure about the title of the game, but the mechanisms are really neat. So, have you played Shobu? It's like got two boards, and it's basically you're mirroring. It's an abstract game. You're mirroring, like if I go here, I have to do the same thing on another board, and trying to eliminate your opponents. That Time You Killed Me reminds me of a little bit of that, but with an actual theme and actual like asymmetric abilities, and instead of two boards it's three. It's almost like 3D chess, but it's all laid out on the board here. So the conceit or the theme is that you're again time traveler, and one's like the present, one's the past, and one the future. So the moves that you do on one board are going to affect the moves of another, and there's actually unlockable content. So as you progress in the game, you're going to unlock different rules and abilities. I was really hyped. I think this is it's gonna be a winner for Pandasaurus. The other one that Danny showed me was, excuse me, um, Trek Himalaya, a roll and write adventure. So this one is a roll and write. I'm a big roll and write fan. Danny showed me just the box of this one. I don't think did I look at the no. I didn't actually look at the components. I don't know if were they ready yet. I see the box here. It has a solo mode. Three different. So you roll dice. You're going to create zones. You're rolling and writing. It's got this really neat thing where you're adventuring. So again, almost like the unlocking of content, you're going to be moving through different mountains and so forth. I only took a picture of the box here, so maybe we didn't actually go through the game. I mean, the one that really that time you killed me looks fantastic. That one's good, but both those from Panasaurus, those look like rock solid games. I'm going to take a hydrate real quick. Gator Dave says, "Got to run. Have a great day, everyone. Remember to stop and enjoy a great moment today for Flurry with an ice cold Topo Chico." And thank you, Gator Dave. You're my favorite now. I miss Topo Chico. I posted on socials earlier. My first Topo Chico on almost 2 weeks. Well, actually, no, 10 days, because the second I got home, I popped open a Topo Chico. I wasn't looking too hard out over there in St. Louis, Illinois, or Indiana if they had Topo Chico. Because I went to maybe just a couple of stores. I went to Aldi's out there. I went to Walmart. just to pick up supplies, and I did not see Topo Chico there. And honestly, well, I would no, I would have bought it because I was thinking they're heavier to carry because they're bottles, but I would have gotten one if I would have seen. Got to run as well. Silly work. Thank you, Kestrel. So nice to meet you in person. Thank you for stopping by today. Jess. Hi, Jess. I got an ad on Twitter for Topo Chico. It reminded me to tune in this morning. That's amazing. Well, yeah, the internet, the Big Brother's spying on all of us, folks. Yep, I have a meeting as well. Take care, Slackers. Thank you for stopping by. Folks, feel free to lurk, hang out. I'm just hanging out here, getting caught up on what I've been up to lately. Did Gen Con. I got some pins here. I've got I want to shout out Charity Board Gamer. Thanks, Chris, for that. That was great. Nice to meet you in person. Also, Master Goblin Games. Got to meet Ryan and his team, and met them Friday night thanks to Bonzinator. The TLN Discord, a bunch of us in TLN were at Gen Con this year, so we were able to just coordinate, try to meet up with each other through the Discord. And I sent out a call, I think, so Wednesday night? Yeah, Wednesday night. Yeah, before the con actually started, I just sent out, hey, does everyone want to do dinner? People had plans, but then Bonds, she just got in touch. Said, hey, I'm having dinner with the people I work for, Master Goblin Games. You want to join? So cool, thank you. And we went to had we had plans to do a one place dinner that the line was like an hour wait. We went across the street for a pizza joint. We got served immediately, which was great. Really hit the spot. And Ryan and his team, Master Goblin Games. Whoops! I just pressed a Quackalope Duck. I'm fiddling with this because I have. Oh, why is it not squeak now? There it is. I saw Jesse at Quackalope in Gen Con. Ryan, Master Goblin Games. They are a retail store in San Francisco and I believe in Pennsylvania. They have two locations. They're growing their business, and Ryan was really, him and his team were great to hang out with. We had a good time, had some laughs. They hooked me up with a Master Goblin couple of pins, a T-shirt, and I'm looking forward to visiting their store when I can. James says hello. Oh yeah, thank you for. Oh, James is working on a prototype. Oh, cool. Very nice. So that was Wednesday night before the con. Did the dinner with Master Goblin Games. Then met with a bunch of people. And why don't we take a look at some of the games that I have on the table, shall we? Whoop! Hey, look, I've got a bunch of stuff here. It's all a big mess on my table. Um, the Night Cage. I was super stoked to get this. This was one of my most anticipated games when Rado and I did our little talk, our top 10 list of games looking forward to at Gen Con. This was at the top of my list. This is from Smirk and Laughter, aka Smirk and Dagger Games. This is the one I'm really interested in because not only it's got this really cool theme. You're trapped and you got to get out of this labyrinth. But the really cool mechanism, I think, is where you flip tiles and you're trying to find your way out, but there's this candlelight mechanism where you can only see certain directions. So as you move along, you're going to flip over tiles back over so you can't see them anymore as you move along. Jess says, a bit of a serious question. You may have already answered. How was the COVID protocol? Oh, no, we did talk about it. I'm happy to talk about that again, Jess. Hey, Rolling with Rock. I was just talking about you. Good to see you on here, friend. And Rado says, continuing to rub salty Ruel. Yes, here it is. A closer look for my friend Rado, the Night Cage. Yes, I have a copy here. Hasn't been opened yet. Freshly packed and sealed. I do want to, Jess, I do want to address that. And it was a great question, Jess. Thank you. I talked about it a little bit earlier, but for my money, and I talked about this with Shay from Rado's channel as well. We saw 99.9% of the time people wore masks at Gen Con all 4 days. I was also pleasantly surprised that people kept the mask on even when they were outside of the convention center, even where the eating areas are, the food trucks. As long as you weren't eating or drinking or whatever, the good majority of people had masks on. So that was really cool to see. I heard secondhand stories from either Gen Con staffers or just people who were around where there might have been a person or two that had a mask off and immediately a Gen Con staff member asked them to put it back on. I heard. I also heard secondhand. I was talking to a staff member. I don't know if they want to be like outed. I'm not going to say the name, but I talked to a staff member at the after party Sunday night. They said they were really happy with how everything went. They did boot out a couple of people for various reasons. One of them was, I believe, failure to comply with the mask mandate, which I don't even get. Like, to me, it's like you're gonna pay money to a convention and then you're gonna say I'm not wearing a mask. The rules they asked, they said, you're wearing a mask at the convention. That's part of the, and they lost. You pay money to like protest. I just whatever. Stupid. Anyways, Jess says it was good to hear. Sounds like everyone was staying. Yeah, it felt that way, Jess. And okay, so the same staff member I was talking to Sunday night, they said it was wonderful because we're all gamers. We like rules. We follow the rules of games. Why wouldn't you follow the rules of making a safe Gen Con? And that's what I didn't even think about that. And then when I was talking to the staff member, I was like, that's right. We all like to follow the rules. I mean, that's the basis of all these games, right? We have a rule set. We follow them. We do try to get asymmetric powers or abilities to break those rules. But when you're in real life and you're talking a pandemic, why do you want to break the rules? So, Roland Rock says outside around the convention was a crapshoot because of the football fans. Yes, there was a football game. That is right. The Indianapolis Colts lost to the LA Rams. Go LA! Even though I'm not a Ram fan, I'm a Raiders fan. But the Colts fans, for the most part, you were right, Rock. I did see a lot of maskless people, but that we couldn't do anything about that. That's a separate event. I agree with Ruel. My experience was the same. I felt very safe Wednesday to Saturday. Yep, that's my feeling as well. I did not feel. Now that being said, it was nice to have 30,000 rather than 60,000 people because at all times, and I know that there were some pictures on social media that were posted that it looked like, I mean, there were times when there was like big gatherings of crowds, but the entire time, Wednesday through Sunday, I felt like if I felt there were too many people in one area that I was in, and there were a few times this happened, I always felt like I had enough room to back up or just to maintain space. Because I know there's times when I'd be walking through an aisle, and there's the hot game, so everyone like gathers there. I would just turn around, walk another way, or I'd just stop, and there'd be 6 to 10 feet away from people. I just wait until it cleared out a little bit, then I'd walk. So I did a lot of walking at the hall. I never really wanted to stay locked down too close to anyone. And that's why I want to shout out IV Games one more time. They had for my money, they had one of the best booths there because they were doing demos the entire time of Mythic of Mischief. Um, they had tables set up. They had like a couple of tables set up where you do the demos. They also had 2 couches, which were so comfortable. Oh, I could have slept on one of those couches, but I didn't. But it was just nice to take a break from the convention within the madness and just sit on this really nice leather couch. And anyways, thanks for answering that, Ruel. I was concerned for you and other streamers. Thank you, Jess. Yeah, we did talk about that. We actually talked about that with some of the TLN members, like how y'all doing? And I saw TLN members. We all had our masks. Some of us were double masked as well. At one point, I did the double mask thing, but for the most part, I stuck with the KN95s or whatever. But it's such a great time, and I'm wondering to see, if there's any reports yet of COVID. I did take a test immediately. I flew into Ontario Airport, which is my home base airport here in California, because LAX, I don't like LAX. Flew in there. They have testing on site. So you just book an appointment, go there, and you can take a test immediately. Its results are in 3 days, but you can pay for the rapid test, which I paid for because I believe, and I'm fingers crossed that my health insurance will cover that, because they did say most insurances will reimburse you. So I got to do that, in fact, after this. But it's I got the results. I did the test within less than an hour. By the time I got home, I got the results, which were negative, thankfully. But I will be taking another one soon, because just to be safe. The tests are free. Well, the rapid test wasn't free, but the county here where I live in, they give free tests. I've taken them several times. It's you go there, do the thing. Tests are simple. I mean, it's a little swab. You don't need people saying you're jabbing up to your brain. You're not. You're just putting your nostril a little bit, swirl around, and they take it. I've taken the test several times, no problems whatsoever. Because anytime I go work on set, it's required. At least here in California. Let me catch up on chat a little bit. Again, thank you again for hanging out, folks. So I did the Rado live stream yesterday, and this is my channel here. I just wanted to catch up with y'all because it's been 10 days of almost 10 days without streaming. I did stream from St. Louis, if y'all saw that. AJ said, I heard that interactions with football fans. Yeah, the interactions with the fans were fine with the football fans, as far as interacting, because you get that stereotypical sports fan meeting with a bunch of gaming nerds. You don't know what to expect. But everything was fine. Just for the most part, the football fans didn't have masks on. That was the thing. Let's see. Yeah, people felt safe. Bottom Shell says it's like people not wearing a mask on a plane or not wearing pants at the Piggly Wiggly. I love that you brought up the Piggly Wiggly. There were at the Ivy Games booth, Rolling Rock. Yeah, the couches are awesome. I tested yesterday and was negative. I'll do another test pre-order. Nice, Alone Chart. Yeah, and that's I love hearing that. We're doing the best we can. Yes. By the way, thank you, AB True, folks. If you haven't already, I'm gonna pull that up here. We did a show yesterday, Rado and I, Rado R&R show. R&R. We do that every week, Wednesdays, 12 p.m. Pacific. We did our top 10 games we play right now.
I got a number one question.
I just pulled it up. You can hear it there. But I'm going to share the link because in that link, during the show, you watch it, and there's a link right there. You can win a copy of 11 from Portal Games, which I really want to play. It's about soccer or football, as the rest of the world calls it, but you're managing the team as an owner and a franchise owner. So it's not actually playing soccer, but you're playing the role of the owner, trying to trading players, building your stadiums and so forth, building up the stadium and getting fans and so forth. So that one we're looking forward to. We're giving away a copy. Check that out. Check out the link there, and then there's a secret word that Rob and I do every week, and he got me good yesterday, like really good. So check that out, and you can win a copy of 11. Yes, Panda, I saw that you clipped them. Thank you. I haven't checked out the clips yet, but I will. Thank you for doing that, by the way. Let's see. Alone Shark says, just thank you. I haven't had any symptoms. Good. Just my usual tiredness and headache. So it's always allergies or COVID. Also, I had to do a dental appointment. Yep. Rado says I'll have to double check the entries to make sure there's nothing like Raviola's Gmail. The Guel Raviola. It's funny. I used to make that same joke way back in the day, Rado. What else was I was gonna say? We're talking about YouTube. Oh, the clips. Thank you, Amanda, for that. I'm gonna share those clips because you got me good. Rado got me really good. Speaking of Gen Con, other highlights. Oh, what are we talking about? Look, Night Cage. One more time. I'm gonna rub it in Rado's face. Look, yay, salty Ruel. The Night Cage. I will open that up. We'll be playing that. I'm gonna put this on the floor. Another game that actually two other games that Rado really got me hyped on. This one here, Vivid Memories. From Floodgate. I got to meet with Ian over there, and he gave me a copy of Vivid, which this is your brain, folks. This is your brain on, remember those commercials? Brain on drugs or whatever. This is your brain. You're going to be laying tiles here. Yeah, it's a little bit. It's obviously I've been on travel and I just opened these boxes, but check out. Rado, did you run through this already? I believe you did. Check out Rado's run through there. I'm super pumped about this because tile laying games are our jam. Michelle and I love these. Michelle's a huge fan of any kind of puzzly type game, any kind of lay tiles down, that type of game. So I'm looking forward to that. And there's a lot of games that we're ready to play here. So this is on the top of the list or top of the pile. Vivid. I got to try. Rolling Rock. How did you like Vivid? I think it's called Vivid Memories now. How'd you like it? Rado did do a quick video. Cool. It's great. Good to hear. AJ said that's what I'm hoping for as well. Yes, going to the dentist can be anxiety inducing. Agreed. My brain is much smaller. Yeah. Yeah, I did a rundown. Cool. Yeah, so that one, looking forward to. This is the other one that Rado really got me pumped on. And folks, I got to live stream this with Gen Con TV, and it lived up to the hype and then some. It was so good. Played this with Brandon Ajar, Casey, and also Paula Deming. And all three of us really loved it. We were close. We lost. It's not easy. You know, a good cooperative game cannot be easy. This was not easy. And we just played the basic strategy or basic, like, the intro game or whatever. Not the intro game, but just the standard game. There's other modes as well. The looping mechanism is so neat. And we talk about this afterwards. I mentioned this earlier, but Paula, Casey, and I talked after the live stream. We really like the fact that even though it's a cooperative game, we never felt like there was like that moment where there's like an alpha gamer. It's like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do whatever. But we all had our own cards, and we could all do things that we wanted to do without. And we are still cooperating, trying to set up. Oh, we should do this, that, and that. But it never felt like a direction or like alpha gaming, which we really loved about that. Rado, I thought you'd appreciate that. Yeah, right there. Rado is hyped about Luna Capital. Yes, Jess, this is Rolling Heights, but it is not the game. I'll talk about that in a second. This is not the actual game, but I did see it. Dwally, hey, thanks for the welcome back. I appreciate it, Dwally. Good to see you on here. We're just looking at the loop right there. Obviously, right after live stream, we just sort of throw everything in here. Well, sort of. It's a little, because of travel, it gets all tossed around, but for the most part, everything's in bags. Really cool game. I highly recommend this one. I've got, let me see, 1, 2. Yeah, this one and Luna Capital, definitely two of my favorites from the convention. Now, I didn't really play too many games there. Let me be honest. It was more of a business con for me, meeting with publishers and putting faces to names and everything. But this one I did get to play on live stream. Absolutely loved it. And since we have Rado here, let's cut to the chase. Let's not tease him any longer. We are gonna move aside this stuff here. Yes, Luna Capital from DeVere Games. Got a copy of this. I want to thank my buddy Marcelo over there for hooking me up. This is the only copies, unfortunately, in North America were at Gen Con. They're taking pre-orders now. He said that they were hoping, like everyone else, that games will be here by November of this year. Obviously before the holiday shopping season. But like everyone else, they're on a boat somewhere, and hopefully they'll get through. But this is yes, Rado, I'm emailing Marcelo for you, my friend. Luna Capital tableau building game. Get the instructions here. But what I love about this, it plays so quick. Oh man, it's such a mess. Yeah, it plays so quickly. You have exactly 12 turns to get your engine going. It's an engine building tableau builder. It's got the little rocket ship here. I thought this was a nice little text. So you got your little rocket ship here. This is where all the tiles go. So each tiles go in here, and you take those out. Oh man, there's a little piece out here. But yeah, these are some of the objectives that you can do. It's like you're going to be laying down these construction tiles, right? Construction sites in your tableau. But just like Welcome to, you need to do them in ascending order, right? So every card you place down, if I put a 2 here, I've got to put a 3 here, or I can start a new row. You can have 3 rows, but but they have to go in ascending. So 2, 3. If I get a 1, a later turn, I can't go here. I need to start a new row, or I'm going to get hosed, so I put it over like that. So on top of that, so you've got these things, and then you have the project tiles. Maybe I'm calling it wrong. Maybe it's project cards and construction tiles. Anyways, then you get these things on here. Those are where the real fun begins. You start placing these, and this is where the set collection comes in. This is where the spatial stuff comes in as well, because as you collect different sets of these, they score much, much differently from each other. Whether it's spatially, like you get a continuous line, or you're going to get sets of things, like you have 3 different fruits, or you have different types of buildings. You get based on the number of hydrogen producers you have, or oxygen, or water. So many different things going on. You have meteors. Whoever has the most meteors at the end of the game will score victory points. Whoever is the least or will not. Um, so many things going on at once, which I love. But the game plays really quickly. But it is puzzly in nature, and this is why I was super hyped about this. Because again, I just talking about how Michelle and I love the puzzly games. These are one of them. One thing I did notice, I don't remember if Rado talked about this or not, but I know that when I learned the game, Marcelo over there at De Beers said that these bonuses at the end. So there's 3 of these, right? That you're gonna have like projects that you can complete. You should concentrate more on building your tableau, because these, if you think about these more as like bonuses rather than missions that you have to complete. Because if you try to focus on these and ignore your tableau, you're gonna be in big trouble. Shay Bonsonator and I played. Shay crushed us. He had a great tableau building going on, and he also scored like 2 of these, which was fantastic. So shout out to Shay. I mean, Shay's he's way too smart for me. He did a great job. We had a lot of fun on that live stream for Gen Con TV. So that is Luna Capital. I love the aesthetic too. It's just really, it's fun. It's like cute and fun. Like a space theme game. Like I played the Space Taxis. I thought these were fun little meeples. What's it called? They're called Luna Taxis. So I was Luna Taxis. One thing, okay, I do have to point out one bummer of the game. And y'all know me, I'm all about accessibility in games and also approachability in games. Unfortunately, this game had oh, I forgot about this little promo too. We got promos. We didn't even open those. One bummer of the game was, okay, you see these tiles. These are just for your faction, right? So Moon Paradise. I think Bonsonator played as Moon Paradise. Shay was Astro Burger, and I was the Luna Taxis. There's also the Royal Cruise. Actually, that's the one Bonds played. You see those tiles? You flip them over. They're blank. I really want to... There could have easily been some kind of player aid here. There is a player aid, which is... I don't know where it is. Did I lose it? Oh, no, here it is. No, that's not it. Oh my gosh, don't tell me I lost the player aid. Is it in here? Ah! Maybe it's here. Did I lose the player aid? That is a shame. Or did I put it over here? Gosh, wouldn't that be terrible? Okay, I'm just going to do this. I'm mixing up all the tiles. I think I straight lost the player aid, folks. Wow. See, now that's... Well, there it is. I lost the player aid. The player aid was one of these. They could have easily put that player on the back of each one of these. We were literally sharing a player aid on stream, which was sort of a bummer. So I would like to see them in the future. Publishers, player aids are a good thing, a great thing. Gosh, this is such a bummer. I can't believe I lost a player aid. Well, I'm gonna have to. Hopefully, they have it on BGG. And yeah, there's the rocket ship. There's, wow. Did I really lose it? Or is it printed on a card? Maybe it was I could have sworn it was on one of those tiles. Wow. And you know what? It could be mixed up in another box. Because I was, Saturday or Sunday night before I left on Monday, I was, frantically putting stuff together. So maybe, hopefully, it's somewhere else. Anyways, that's Luna Capital. Rado, you're gonna love it. I think you're gonna love this game. I'm throwing all the pieces here. I'm making a big mess. Let me get this out of the way so we can talk about some other games. Man, let's. Jess, you were talking about rolling. You were asking about Rolling Heights. Let me catch up on chat real quick. Let's see. Ruel did a component dump after streaming. A common thing for us to do after stream. Oh, totally component dump, right? My new best friend Marcel. This looks so good. Oh, you worked okay. Rock with funny things. So Devere, I have worked with them in the past. But it's funny because it just turned out one of these funny coinky dinkies in life. my friend Marcelo, I actually went to high school with this guy. So Rado, he's a lot around our age. I went to high school with him. I knew him back in the day in school. He was like, he was into gaming back then. I really wasn't. But right after high school, apparently, we never talked to each other again. Just went our separate ways in life. And we knew each other in high school. I wouldn't say we were like friends and hung out or anything. But then 30 years later, or so many years later, it turns out he's been working in the industry the whole time. I just started getting into it the last 5 years, and he worked at another company first. He's worked for several companies. He's in sales and marketing, and then just recently he got hired by a Devere, and he's like sales manager over there. And he reached out to me like, "Hey, Ruel." I was like, "Oh, hey, Marcelo." Blah blah blah. And fun fact about Marcelo, he's also a DJ. On Saturday night, no, Thursday night of the con, he had a gig downtown. So I went there, and he spins like 80s and 90s music, but like remixed for for y'all young folk, y'all young folk who want to dance and do all that. But he's a really cool DJ as well. I've seen him DJ out here in Southern California a couple of times with Michelle and I. And then we see Marcelo and his partner and other people as well. Excuse me. So it's just a fun little coincidence that we both are working in gaming. He has a lot more experience than I do, and he's works in Devere now. So that's my connection. I'm just gonna talk to him, Rado. You will be getting you'll be talking to Marcelo soon. This looks so good. Yeah, highly recommend Luna Capital, folks. Shea Crush, is that why you had them cut the? Yeah, so if anyone was watching that live stream, so I have to shout out the Gen Con technical crew because there was all kinds of issues with the internet apparently while we were streaming and just throughout the weekend, and thankfully the crew got most of our show in, but it did cut out towards the end when Shay was claiming victory. So oh darn, I guess y'all didn't see that. Rowan Rock, Shay was super nice. It was cool to meet him in the AEG event. Yeah, the AEG event. I'm glad that's like the perfect segue, Rock. Let me just make sure I got all the chat caught up. Perfect segue for this because this is an AEG game. AEG had a booth on the floor where they were selling their games, but they had a suite across the street. Suite across the street. I'm a poet, don't even know it. They had a suite at the Westin where they brought in content creators, groups at a time, so they could like give this really nice up and close personal look at their upcoming line of games for 2022, and also sort of highlight the stuff of 2021. I'm a huge fan of AEG. The way they approach games nowadays. They used to be like a lot of publishers. They just publish a ton of games, see what stuck, and went from there. They changed a few years ago to where they focused. They stopped producing a lot of games. They said we want to focus on a few titles every year, and by doing that, folks, every single game that comes out now is rock solid. And Kubitos, I've talked about that a bunch. I love that. John D. Clare, they locked up John D. Clare. I don't know if it's an exclusive or what, but it seems like most of his games go out to them. Space, Mystic Veil, Edge of Darkness, Kubitos, the next year's Rolling Heights. If they locked him up for an exclusive, that was like the smartest thing they've ever done, because I love John D. Clare. So many of his games are favorites here in my house, and I know a lot of people love his games as well. This is the new one coming out next year. This is just a little promo lunchbox. But we did get to take a look at the game itself. It's really unique. You are rolling meeples, and sort of like Pass the Pigs. Remember that game from back in the day? And the meeples, the way they land, we'll pretend this duck is a meeple. The way they land is the type of action you would do. So it's sort of worker placement, but sort of dexterity. It's really neat. And so like the meeple landed that way, you could take resources if it landed up like this, and you could like do stuff and whatever. And then of course there's ways to mitigate your bad dice rolls and stuff like that. Really unique. Really looking forward to it. You are literally building a city, right? Rolling heights. You're rolling the meeples, the workers and stuff. I will share a picture of it on the socials after we're done streaming, because as you're built, it's got like awesome table presence. So I'm excited about that one. That is Rolling Heights. I'll open up in just a second. Let me catch up with chat. Rolling with Rock. Oh no, that was my favorite opening games of it. Yeah, that was totally me.
I'm hoping that that player aid that was supposed to be in Luna Capital is in another game. Perfect reason to have a player aid printed on character cards. Yep. Good point. They spent the ink to print the back of those tiles. Why leave them as empty? Wasted real estate. 100% agree. I guess maybe it's a language independence thing. If they, oh yeah, you're right. If Rado, yeah, you're right. I guess maybe it's a language independence thing. If they put English on those, then it would make logistics harder for other language editions. And that is right. Devere is based out in, I believe it's Spain. I know it's a European country, but the rule, I don't know where they are, but the game, there's like 5 different rule books. English, of course, Spanish, French, and so forth, German. So that's probably why it is. Hey, we've got a raid coming in. Watch It Played. Friends, welcome to the channel. I'm getting the raid hat on. Thank you, Watch It Played. I believe, was Rodney playing? No, it was probably Paula and Matthew, but whoever, Paula, Matthew, Rodney, and maybe Monica Niveen. I don't know. Thank you all for the raid. My name is Ruel Gaviola. This is Tabletop Tonight, the AM edition here in Southern California. I'm sort of just catching up. I haven't streamed much lately because I've been Gen Con. I was also at Stonemaier Design Day. So this is just sort of catch up. I'm talking about the games that I've played and got at the convention. I want to thank all the new followers as well. Meeple Post, Crombie Nation, Frank Voigt as well. Thank you for hanging out. I do analog alerts here, like the rating hat. We also do Felicia the Follow Fish. Whenever we get a new follower, Felicia comes in, swims around, says hello, then she swims away. And all of us, including y'all in chat, we say, bye, Felicia. Thanks for the follows, Frank, Crombie, and Meeple. And again, thank you for the raid. Much appreciated. Hopefully your stream went well. I believe you were playing Castles of Burgundy for the first time. Is that right, Paula? How did it go? That's one of my favorite games of all time. Rado is in chat. He's hanging out with us. Rado is a big Stefan Feld fan. Love his games. I have a problem with some of his games because of the colorblind issues, but I always sticker my Feld games. But thank you. Let us know how the game went, Paula, and Matthew, and Hornus is in the house. Saying hello to Frank, Tom Posh. Thank you so much. Linnaeus, not yet played. Beyond Dead. Hello. Good to see you, friend. Welcome, friends. Good to see everyone here. Beyond Dead 13. And Frank has just gifted. Oh my God. Frank, thank you so much for the gifts. Folks, we also, whenever we get gifts, we give the analog alert in 5 new gift subscriptions. And there were gifts. So thank you, Frank, so much for your support. And because it's a gift, you all know what, well, I don't know if y'all know, but we do this little silly little thing called gift. Thank you, Frank. This is the gift hat that Michelle, my wife, made me. She is the crafty one in our family. My hat is off to you, friend. Thank you for the subs. Folks, enjoy those gift subs. Compliments of Frank. We really appreciate the support. Board to Play is in the house. Thank you, Board to Play. Good to see you on here. Foglight as well. Thank you, Foglight. Good to see you here. Stellaris is in the house. AB Troop, thank you. All the dangs. Drop some dangs. Drop some emotes, folks. We've got Bruno emotes. Bruno is our pug. He's in the other room sleeping. But here's Bruno, the flat Bruno, as we call him. Thank you for the follow, Stellaris as well. Felicia the Followfish says hello. So let's get back to what we're talking about. I just talked about Luna Capital, The Loop. These are games that I came across at Gen Con. This is my first stream here on the channel in over a week. I was on the road. I went to Stonemaier Design Day for a couple of days in St. Louis. Then I went to Gen Con for the last 4 or 5 days, and just sort of reviewing and recapping and touching base with y'all again. So thank you. Don't forget, stay hydrated. Folks, if you're here for the first time, we love to talk about stream stacks. What you're eating and or drinking, let us know in chat, and we'll chat you out. Michelle and I, my wife is actually working in the other office, but we always enjoy talking about what we're eating and or drinking. Okay, so, let me get some of this stuff. There's Bruno. Get the stuff out of the table. We were talking about Rolling Heights from AEG. They did this really cool promo for us, content creators. It's a lunch pail. It's a lunch. I don't remember the last time seriously, the last time I had a lunchbox was when I was a kid. So this is a nice little throwback. Open this up. Just a little thank you from AEG, the content creators. So the way this worked was you had, you did content, you had a channel, and Rock, you're here, and Jess, you're here as well. Basically, You would sign up at Gen Con, and they had a suite over at the Westin, where they would show their new line of games and give us some swag and stuff. A really neat way to promote their games. Jess, is there Topo Chico in your cup? There is no Topo Chico. It es muy delicioso, but I had my Topo Chico yesterday. Actually, I've had Topo Chico every day since I got back. So got back on Monday, had Topo Chico. Then yeah, this is a smoothie. I'm trying to be a little healthier. So love this lunchbox. So first thing we got here is Tiny Trees. This is a mini expansion to their fantastic game, Tiny Towns. I did learn that Peter McPherson's also got a new game coming out next year from AEG. I forgot the name of it, but we'll talk. Well, I'm sure you can find it on the website. But Tiny Trees, love that game, Tiny Towns. If you've never played it, it's like a roll and write, but a actual like game. Like you're not actually rolling or writing, but it's got similar mechanisms where it's a shared, like you turn over a resource and everyone gets that resource. You put it on there on your board. Then when you collect enough resources, that turns into buildings which score differently. Fun game. The Trees expansion. I might have this already. I might have this one. So if I do, I'm going to give this thing away. I will check so I put all the expansions in the box. I know I have the one that has gold, but this Tiny Trees I may have, so we're going to give this one away if I do. Amanda Panda loves Tiny Towns. Amanda, we played this. I think I've lost this game to you before, right? Linnaeus Cabal says, I came home with so many AEG games after Gen Con. Yeah. I was just talking about how much I love AEG. Their games, every game that they've for the last like 2 or 3 years, it's just been amazing. Love. Rado, do you not have the Tiny Trees? It's yours. I'll mail it to you. Yeah, if you don't have it, that's yours, man. Okay, what else did they give? Oh, this one, yes. They gave us, this has been a favorite of ours lately, is Cascadia. So these are the Cascadia promos that came with the Kickstarter. I did not Kickstarter. I don't know. I just had a brain fart when the Kickstarter's on. I missed the Kickstarter. But thanks to AEG, I got a copy, but I did not have the promo cards. But now I do, thanks to AEG. So the salmon, the hawk, the red fox, the elk, and our friend the grizzly bear, or as Lauren would say, which is a little bale. Kickstarter promo cards, so new rules for that. So excited about that. Oh, Linnaeus, did you get Cascadia? I know a lot of people that was on their to buy list, and you got the promos. Nice. Okay. Smash Up. Okay, some Smash Up. Anyone still play Smash Up? That's one of their evergreen titles. I still enjoy Smash Up. I don't think. Well, let me see. Which one do I have? I have the Marvel Smash Up edition. The Marvel one they did with the Op was a lot of fun. I always love playing with the Spider-Man deck because Spider-Man is my favorite comic book superhero of all time. They have it's like the Spider-Verse one, so they got all the different Spider-Man and Miles Morales and so forth. But here's Smash Up Goblins. Also, Smash Up Penguins. And I think these were promos before, weren't they? That's cool. Yeah, I've never got those. Okay. Tom Posh, I've got a Lotus Smash Up, but I passed on the more recent expansion. It's not getting to the table much anymore. That understood. Yep. Rolling with Rock. Favorite animals are penguins. Nice. So you got this as well, Rock. Very nice. Cool. Book of Nerds, I saw you comment here. He's back. Hopefully you're hanging. Yeah, I want some tiny trees for my tiny town. My tiny people need tiny oxygen. Nice. Love it. Okay, what else do we got here? Need to play it again. Well, it once didn't love it, but I think, yeah, I really enjoy Smash Up. I don't play it much, but the times I do, I've always enjoyed it. What else they got here? We have, actually, this little like thank you card has all the stuff you get in the lunchbox. So I'll put that to the side. These are 4 sets of Mystic Veil custom sleeves. Oh, we have a new Essential Edition of Mystic Veil right around the corner. So these should come in handy very soon. I love Mystic Veil. The card crafting. This is the one that started the card crafting, correct? Another John D. Clare, our buddy. So yeah, these are really cool. Wow. Okay, these sleeves look pretty awesome. Nice. Okay, what else do we have here? We have, this is coming handy. Hey, Make every night a big game night. So AEG every year, Gen Con does big game night where they sell, they have 2 special games on sale. This year's was 10 and Whirling Witchcraft. I hope I'm saying that right. Those games, I played both. Again, 2 killer games. 10 is a push your luck game. If you've played the game Push from Ravensburger, it reminds me of that, but with a few more gamer touches. Like they have some like little special abilities that got triggered when they play. A little bit of it is a push your luck game, but a little more set collection or a different type of set collection, I think. Whereas Push, you're trying to get colors, and in 10 you're trying to get runs of numbers like 1 through 10 or whatever. But hey, big game night. That was and Whirling Witchcraft, another just how did we explained it this way. Whirling Witchcraft was this really neat game of collecting sets of cubes, but what you're doing is as you collect them on your board, the ones that you can take some off. I forget how it works exactly. You create little recipes. The ones that you take off your board, you can put a little cauldron, which you pass to your player to your right, and then if they cannot place on the board, like they should have spots for each different color or ingredient. If they don't have a spot on their board, then you score points. So basically, it's like that I Love Lucy episode where Lucy and Ethel are in the chocolate factory, and there's too many chocolates, they start falling off. You want to make your opponents little chocolates or their ingredients fall off because you score points. So that was the 2 games that they did, 10 and Whirling Witchcraft. Big game night. This is a really solid bottle opener. You know what I could use this on? A bottle of Topo Chico. Es muy delicioso. So yeah, a little bottle opener, really nice touch there. And finally, and this is nice, a little AEG mug. Wow. Yeah. So this is going to be portable as well. Very nice. A camper mug. Wow, this is nice. Okay, I'm stoked about this. So this one, yeah, this is a keeper for sure. And yeah, this was just a nice little promotional swag thing. Rolling Heights lunchbox, and from our friends at AEG. What does it say? Smash Up Time. Oh, it has all their game names. Yeah. So thanks to Vlad and Peter, Luke and so forth at AEG for that. Really, really appreciate it. Nice little swags. Hey, I'm just gonna highlight a few other games. I got a bunch more games. But I don't want to talk. I'm not going to make y'all sit through all that. I just want to highlight a few here. Don't forget to stay hydrated, friends. See you, Rado. Thanks for stopping by, friend. Ruel, how many games did you bring home? I saw some folks had like 40 games. Yeah, I tried my best, Jess, to not do that. Just because I'm very fortunate. I get a ton of games as it is, and already with some of those publishers, some of them I talked beforehand and made sure, hey, if you can you just ship the game so I don't want to have to bring them home. So thankfully, a lot of publishers are just sending them directly to me. AEG is actually one of them. I talked beforehand, like I don't want to take any, I don't want to take any of the stock that they have on hand for sale. Because the sales are most important, like right when you're a publisher out there. So I'd rather have them, if I don't get the game immediately, that's fine. I will, get it in a week or 2 or whenever they decide to send it out to me, because it's important for them to make the sales first. And plus I just don't want to bring them back. It's just too much. When I was out there, I usually fly American Airlines. Here, I'm gonna go to this view. I usually fly American Airlines. That's where I get my points and all that stuff. Got my free flight, frequent flyer miles, and all that. I flew out to American Out There, or on American Out There. I just I like their service, blah blah blah. But on the way back, I decided I'm gonna fly back on Southwest. And why did I pick Southwest? Glad you asked, Ruel. I picked Southwest because they allow you to check in 2 bags for free. So I always try, Michelle and I always try to fly as light as possible. I had my 1 bag for 10 days of travel, my rolling suitcase, which it can fit on the carry-on. And I also have my backpack. That's what I flew out there with. On the way home, or on the way to Indy, I stopped off at a Walmart and bought 2 duffel bags strictly for board games, because Southwest lets me check in 2 games for board games. I made sure the dimensions were within Southwest parameters. they're also 50 pounds per bag. I think I didn't have a scale, but I just sort of like, I was like, okay, just, I can't like totally overload it because I would never pay, or personally, I would not want to pay an overweight baggage fee for games, because at that point, why not just order it from the publisher, and pay shipping? Anyways, but I get it. I mean, if it's, other people feel differently, totally fine. I understand. That's my personal thing. These games here, I made sure I had a couple of dozen games, and fortunately they weren't all like big box. The biggest one I got was Dinosaur World from Pandasaurus. That one's big. I had a chance to, and this is one of the things I was talking about, Artisans of Splendid Vale. I could have gotten the one prototype available. I was talking to the team there because I'm going to be playing it. Michelle and I are going to play it this Saturday at Tabletop Live Network. Our 24-hour live stream that's going on this weekend. We're playing at Artisans. I was going to bring it home, but I told them, you know what? I don't want to have to risk putting it on with all these other boxes, so forth. Just overnight it to me. And they're totally cool with it. They just overnight. It should be showing up. I don't know if it showed up last night or there's so many boxes here. I'll get it by tonight and learn it, and then we're going to play it this Saturday. Tom Push, I backed Artisans, but yeah, I am a huge Nikki Valens fan, and that game looks beautiful. Cannot wait to play it. Yeah, TLN in the house, Rock. Yes. And also John, Book of Nerds, TLN, baby. Roller Rock, yeah, 9% of my haul was purchased. Someday I hope to get that review copy point. Yeah, Rock, I mean, you do a ton of streaming. Just reach out to publishers. NM Game School, thank you for the follow. Good to see you on here. Weird Giraffe, Carla was super kind. Very nice. Yeah, love Carla. Stellaris, yes, Topo Chico, yes, muy delicioso. Stella, if you're here for the first time, I'm still trying to get the Topo Chico sponsorship. Hasn't happened yet, but I will keep saying it until I do. Linnea, since you're not pulling blind, they could totally have done different shapes. Seems right for 3D printed pieces. Rolling Rings, oh yeah, it was really fun, but I wish they would have either colored the cubes differently. Yeah, that's true, Rock. I did have trouble with the red and green as well, and I let them know. And they're aware of it. AEG usually does a pretty decent job of making stuff accessible because one of the team members there, leftover smoothie stuff. One of the team members there also has colorblind issues, so they are aware of it, and hopefully they will continue to improve. I mean, all publishers should try to do their best at that. Same friend picked up the last copy of Edge of Darkness they had. Oh, nice. If you went, which game did you pick as your extra? I don't know what that's in reference to. Sorry. Tabletop Live Network, TLN, back to Splendor. Oh yeah, Kestrel's thanking for the sub. Nice. Yeah, thanks Frank for all the gift subs. All right, going back to work. Linus, have a good day at work. Thanks for dropping in. Let's get back to what I was talking about here. I was looking at these games. Yeah, Weird Giraffe. I met Carla. I've been a fan of Carla's for a few years now. She is a great game designer, and just what I appreciate about Carla is she shares a lot of like game design tips on her blog, and also she puts it on social media. And I just think that's neat when someone in the industry like sort of pulls back the curtain a little bit and just shares their process. And I've always appreciated that that Carla does. And I told her, and because I've shared a bunch of her links with my game designer friends, and she runs, she and her partner run Weird Giraffe Games. They were super nice and gave me a bunch of games actually. I just wanted to highlight two of them here. Stellar Leap. This one is one of Carla's designs, and it, I'm excited because it's space theme and it has a solo mode. So those two things right there, insta buy or insta insta get from Carla. So thank you, Carla. A really nice story too. I was at there was a restaurant at Gen Con called, I forgot the name of it now, Patch something. We were joking around. It's called Patchwork, but it's not called Patchwork. But it was like sort of like a trendy American style, like American fusion, I guess, breakfast. They had a Cuban breakfast there that I was a big fan of. But I went there a couple of times, and the one day, I think it was Thursday no, it was probably Friday or Saturday morning. I went there. No, it was Friday morning before the con. I went there and load up for breakfast in the morning and then get ready for the day. I just went there. I blasted out to TLN, Twitter, Discord if anyone was available. No one was available, so I just went there by myself. I had no problem doing that. And I got a seat at the bar. I was just about to order, and a gentleman came over who I can't remember the name now. Oh my gosh, I apologize. But anyways, he's like, "Hey, are you Ruel?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, I'm so and so from Weird Giraffe. Carla and I and our partner would love to have you join us." I was like, "Oh, that is so nice." So thanks to Carla and her team for having me over for breakfast brunch. We had a really nice conversation about games and just obviously about games, but just life in general. It was our fears and thoughts about COVID and stuff, and we shared about that, and just it was a really nice way to have some normalcy again, where we could sit and have breakfast slash yeah, it was breakfast and just chat and connect, and it was really wonderful. So I want to thank Carla again. That was a really nice. They're very thoughtful of them to reach out, because I didn't see them. I was just at the bar by myself with the other single customers or whatever. So for them to come over and have me over, that was just really wonderful, and I appreciate that. Legends in the house. Hello, Legends. Aloha. Good to see you on here, friend. Cafe Patucho. Thank you, Rock. I think that's the Patucho. Yeah, I was calling it Patchwork because it looked like I saw Pat there. Let's see. Rock says, my goal for Gen Con was to create those relationships for the future. I was hoping to lay at least a few good foundations there. Yes. From a business standpoint, Gen Con is the one. If you're in the industry at all, you must go to. I'd heard it for years. I knew about it. I just, I wasn't able to get out there for the last few years. Thankfully, this year, again, thanks to my friends at Ivy Games and also Gen Con TV for allowing me to work with them to get out there and do the things I had to do. I had a lot of great contacts there, and really, I mean, it was fun. I got to play games too as well, which is always a treat. Rock, you came here earlier. I was talking earlier about our game of Pictomania. I don't know if you heard for that, but I was thinking about I was thinking about your was it a foot, which we all thought was like an arm or something, and then my awful lapdog picture. So funny. Let's get back here. I got one more game to talk about. So we talked about two more games. Part of the Library, another Weird Giraffe game. This game I'm super excited about because I saw this years ago. Another brain fart on my part. Brain fart on my part. Another poet. Didn't even know it moment. I missed backing this on Kickstarter. It was really successful. It's Tony Miller. I got to meet Tony Miller years ago. Michelle and I, we took a trip out to this Pacific Northwest. Is a super nice guy. I always appreciate the fact that he and his son watch a ton of wrestling, and I don't watch wrestling much anymore. But just we got to talk about the old school wrestlers and stuff. Super nice guy. We played. I think we played Azul. No, what did we play? We played a couple of games that were hot a few years ago. Welcome to because T taught us that game, and there was another one that we played. Might have been Azul, might have been something else. Anyways, Fire in the Library is his game. I love anything book themed. You got a book or reading or any kind of word game, I'm all over it. Fire in the Library, you're literally trying to save books from a fire. Has a solo mode. I'm all about it. Thank you to Weird Giraffe Games for that. And so I got a bunch of other games, but this will be the last one I'm highlighting today. Hey, Maple Conrad's in the house. Hi, Maple. Were you here earlier? My bad. I just saw you right now. Jess says Tony is a great dude. Yeah. Excuse me. Totally nice guy. Let me catch up here. My goal for it was reference to the game night. No worries. Okay, got it. Thank you, Linnaeus. Their Discord does a lot for the design community too. Oh, nice to hear. Maple Conrad's in the house. Been lurking to work. Oh, cool. Thanks for the lurk. Appreciate it. Final one. Parks. I got to meet Keymaster team. I think I met Jennifer and I believe Matt from Keymaster. They had actually sponsored TLN. I think 2 shows ago. Was it last show? No, probably the show before. Super nice people. And we were just talking. They were showing me the Parks expansion, which they gave to me. I only just recently got to play my friend Lydia's copy while I was in St. Louis. We both are fans of Trails, or Michelle and I are fans of Trails. And then Lydia saw Parks. She's like, have you played this? I was like, no, but I played Trails, which is like the sibling to this. Parks is a little more in-depth, a little bigger game. So we just learned it at Miniature Market. We just played their copy, and so fun. Beautiful game. Just like Trails. Trails is again, the more recent one that you can get at Target. But as I was talking to Jennifer and the team, I said, I just played Parks first time. I love Trails. We got that one. I just played Parks. Loved it as well. They're all, oh, do you want the expansion? I was like, oh, I'd love it, but I don't have the base game. And sure enough, they gave me the base game. They gave me the expansion. They gave me a playmat too. And it's just so nice. Thank you, Keymaster, for doing that. I'm gonna play this one, another one that Michelle and I are gonna play because we love Parks. This is gonna be a little more in depth, a little more, a little longer, beefier game, meatier game. So looking forward to that. Friends, let us know. Let me know. So that's basically a bunch of my haul. From I also got every time I see Jesse from Quackalope, he gives me a duck. So I've got 2 ducks. I've seen Jesse twice. I've got 2 ducks. Thank you, Jesse, again for the duck. Nice to see you out there. What was I gonna say? Let me know what if anyone went to Gen Con. Let me know your highlights. If you didn't go Gen Con, that's cool. Let me know in the last couple of weeks what you've been playing, either for Gen Can't or Gen Con offline or whatever. Let's see. Here's a comment here. I'm looking forward to trying both Trails and Parks of Rock. I think you will like them. Legends DM went on vacation. Legends got a bunch of, okay, we gotta check this out. Legends Dune Imperium, Dungeon Party, Legendary Annihilation expansion, Marvel Champions Nebula expansion, Anniversary Edition Lord of the Rings, and Star Clicker. Nice. Also got Sonic Colors for Switch, got a Dinosaurs Lego set, all that while on vacation. That is a wonderful vacation, Legends. Wow, that is living up to your name. It is a legendary vacation. Nice one, Legends. That was a great haul. Maple Conrad got 2 games. Maple Conrad got 2 games of Ankh in. I'm curious to know what you think of it, Maple Conrad. I have a fellow friend who's a fellow Blood Rage fan. They really enjoyed Ankh. They actually liked it better than Rising Sun. So I'm wondering about your thoughts. I know, folks, if you ever get a chance to play with Blood Rage with Maple Conrad, don't. He is an expert. No, seriously, I love playing with Maple Conrad. He knows what he's doing. He's a wonderful player. Great part of the community as well. He's just an amazing dude. I was gonna ask you your thoughts on Ankh, Maple Conrad. I got 2 games of Ankh. Okay. Dwally, I watched Brain and Jar play the new Horrified game last night. Yeah, Horrified. I love Horrified, and the new American Masters or Legends edition looks really cool. Hello, Ruel. Oh, hey, Herb. Good to see you on here. I saw you streaming the other night. I wasn't able to pop in, but good to see you streaming again, friend. Under the radar game at Gen Con, it felt like, but I am looking for. Rock. Which one was under the radar for you? I'm looking for Fun Fair the night. Yeah, I know Rado was a big fan of Fun Fair, and I would like to check that one out as well. More to play, playing a lot of Merchant's Cove. Oh, supposed to be a good one. You know what was my under the radar from Gen Con? I was really surprised by Cuphead, the op game based on the video game. So I have no idea about the video game. Cuphead is apparently like a side scroller. Cuphead, the board game, was a lot of fun. It was a real-time dice chucking game, and you have like different bosses that you can unlock as you play. So the first one we played, I don't know the name, but you have They have each boss has different cards. You have to roll those symbols to match it, and it's a cooperative game, so you all have to do it at the same time to get to the next level and so forth. It was I had a nice demo with one of the guys over there, Pat Marino, who is one of the developers, I believe, that game, if not the designer. Pat's super cool, and gave me him and his brother actually gave me a really nice demo of the game, which got me hyped about. Because I didn't really. I was like, "What is Cuphead?" Okay, it's got dice, cool. I don't know about Cuphead, but now after playing it, super excited about that. Oh, okay, Maple Conrad. That's the same for me. Not sure it beats out Blood Rage, but I think it's better than Rising Sun. We're talking about Ankh right now, folks. Feels smoother to me. The shared action selection is a great tension, and Eric Lang wasn't lying when he said that the different gods make a big difference. Oh, nice. Herb Scammett says, oh, nice. I love me some Cuphead. Nice. Can't wait to pick that up and play it with the soundtrack. Yeah, it's funny. Gosh, I think it was the guy who was running the demo. Like, he just sat in while Pat and his brother and I played it. He said something about the soundtrack. I don't know if he was trying to get it at the time to play it and it wasn't working or something, but he had mentioned that. Okay. Oh, Rolling with Lock also sold on Dreams and Shadows at the Greenbrier booth. Knew nothing of it going in. Walked away with both the basic expansion. Nice. Oh, that's one of the you know, that was one of the regrets I have. For whatever reason, I miss going to the Greenbrier booth because I know that Jeremy Howard was working there. I think he was working for them, and I wanted to meet Julie as well. I saw Jeremy a couple times. Once at the hotel that he was staying at, and then another time at the Open Gaming. But you'd think that 4 days would be enough to see everything. It's not. You could literally spend a week there, and I try to do as much as possible. I try to get to. I did all my meetings. I did a bunch of impromptu meetings. Did my live streaming. Did all the things I had to do, and I still didn't have enough time to meet more people, unfortunately. But hey, that's what it is. Dreams and Channels, have to check that out. Friends, I believe that's it. I mean, I could go to the other room and get more games, but I don't want to do that. I'm getting a little tired now. I need to build up my stamina again, right? Tomorrow, this Saturday, TLN, Michelle and I are playing Artisans of Splendid Vale. Please join us for that. There's also a bunch of great streamers all day long, all night long, 24 hours straight. Please check us out. That's this Saturday, TLN, right here on Twitch. There's the link right there. Jess, great question. Are you going to any other conventions this year, Ruel? I would love to go to PAX. I'm not going to Origins. I just needed the break. After I did Stonemaier Design Day and Gen Con back to back, and I'm not a young man anymore. And the toll, it's wearing. It's tired. I'm still tired. And I've been home for a couple of days. I'll get my strength back fully, hopefully by this weekend. Then we got TLN. So I need my rest. I'm gonna rest today. I just wanted to stream today because I really miss hanging out with y'all here. Thank you again, by the way, for hanging out, folks. I do have one thing I'd like to. Oh man, do I announce it? I'll be on the road again soon. Let's just say that. I'll make the official now. Well, I don't want to announce it until it's like official, but I'll be on the road, not for PAX, but for something really exciting. I'm like super excited about. I'll share that. PAX U, I'm trying to get to. I think Amanda's going there. Beyond Dead, don't worry, I'm tired too. Didn't go to any concert. Beyond Dead, you and me both, friend. You and me both. Please let us know if you're going to PAX U. I'd love to. Oh yes, Jess, I would love. Yeah, that's the thing. I was so thrilled to meet people in real life, like Rock, Duchess, everyone from TLN. I've had the pleasure of meeting Benita before. Paula, I've met before. Very fortunate. I know I'm forgetting names. I'm sorry. I'm getting tired, but I would love to meet you, Jess, in real life. I'm really trying to get to PAX U. I think that'll probably be my last one for the year, if I can. Yes, Pan. I know Pan is going to be there. Rock. I'd love to go to PAX U. Currently, no plans. Yeah, we'll see if we can make it happen. I think that I really wanted Michelle to go with me. It's just easier to travel, when Michelle's with me. I miss her. And 10 days is a long time. And yeah, we'll see. If anything, it's I know it's not as like business, like it won't be as like I would just go play games and hang out with friends. I don't want to worry too much about like business meetings and stuff like that. I'm sure there will be some, but I would love to do that. But let me tell you this, friends. Even if I do or not go, the big one next year for me is going to be Dice Tower West, March 2nd through 5th in Las Vegas. Please come out to that. I would love to meet you all there, play games. We're doing a 3C con, the content creator community con. I'm involved with that. I'm working with Tim and the crew there. I will be organizing and working with content creators. We're going to have panels. We're going to have meet and greets. We're going to have all kinds of great stuff. So please mark that on your calendar. Dice Tower West next year. Another TLN convention meetup at PAX U. Rock. Yeah, I think that would be fun, Jess. We can... Y'all, let's make that happen. Let's make Dice Tower West happen, too. If you're TLN, yes. Even if you're not TLN. Folks, anyone out there, please, let's do Dice Tower West next year. I think it'd be a blast. Need to find a way to help there. Yeah, Dice Tower... Rock. I got involved with Dice Tower West a few years ago as a volunteer. The first time I volunteered there because I respect Tim, who is one of the lead organizers there. It was his con before. It used to be Meeple Con. Then they partnered and rebranded as Dice Tower West. I love working with Tim. I volunteered 1 year. Then the following year, I became a shift supervisor. Last year was not didn't happen, of course. Or actually, no, did it happen? Yeah, it did happen. I was volunteered there. Michelle, my wife, actually worked there along with Amanda Panda. They worked in the board game library. Michelle loved doing that. And now I'm working as an organizer for them for the Content Creator Con. So there are volunteer opportunities. You know, same deal as any other con. You work a certain amount of hours, you get your badge. I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe you get a discount on a room and a shirt. But again, don't quote me. I do know that you get the badge if you do that. Amanda loved the board game library. Yeah, that was I even put in a couple hours there too. That was a lot of fun. Dice R West. Okay, yeah, yep. I will be there. Herbs is gonna be there too. Nice. I love it. I'd love to meet a bunch of faces as well. Like Herbs. Damn it, we have not met in person yet, and I feel like I already know you. Like no wait, we did. What am I talking about? Yeah, we recently met at David's birthday party. I collect the camel. My bad. But that's why I feel like I know you, because I do know you now. So that's what I would like to do. Yeah. Rolling with Luck, reach out to them. There's plenty of volunteer opportunities, I believe. Jess says, I'm told Dice R West is a good one to meet folks and play games. Yes, Jess, it is games focus. The vendor hall is a lot smaller compared to other vendor halls at bigger conventions, but there's thousands of people playing games. It is definitely a gaming convention. That's what I love about it. Now, that being said, it's now at the Rio. It's going to be twice, maybe 3 times. I don't know how, way bigger than previous Dice R West. So maybe it'll change. I don't know. Excuse me. I do know that it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of games going to be played. We're going to play some games. So hopefully we can all meet up there. I want to thank all the followers. Again, thank you for if you're following. I appreciate it. My name is Ruel. This is Tabletop Tonight, an AM special edition just to catch up with folks. Heard Dice R West is 90% filled. So, okay, yeah, thanks, Legends. Legends, are you going? I would love to meet you, friend. 90% filled. Yeah, so folks, go check out the Dice R West site, ASAP. I think I would be very happy if I did 1 con a quarter. Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah. I think that's it, folks. I can start to feel it. I need to go eat lunch soon. Need to get some Topo Chico in my system. But thank you again. I appreciate y'all hanging out, just chatting about games with me here. You can see links to my work there. Let's find someone to raid, shall we? Let's spread the love. Let's raid someone, spread the love. Really, I'm grateful and thankful for the board game community here on Twitch. I talked about this a bunch at some of my meetings that I had at Gen Con. I truly am grateful to be part of the community here, and y'all do a lot for me and my family. You've done a lot. You've accepted us, and we love playing games and sharing games with y'all and just hanging out and chatting as well. So thank you for all your support. We're gonna find someone to raid. Who's live right now? I was hoping to raid Paula, but wait a second, Amanda, aren't you stream? Oh no, Amanda does. You don't stream till like noon, right? Let's. I don't know who to raid. Who's out there? Oh, Dutch Doge just went live. Cool. Let's raid Dutch. And don't forget, Amanda's going to be streaming as well today too, folks. So let's hang out with Amanda. Thank you, Board to Play. Thank you, Rock. Thank you, Herbs. Thank you, Panda. Thank you, Jess, as well. Much love to y'all. Appreciate it. We're gonna raid Dutch Yoda. Stick around for the raid. I'll start that in just a second. If I remember how to do this. It's been so long. John, unfortunately. Oh, okay. Cool. All right, folks. Have a great day. I'll see you later. Don't forget TLN this weekend. Be safe. Be kind to each other. Get vaccinated if you haven't already, and be kind to each other. All right. Bye, everybody.